Hi, it's Susie from Blue Lightning Healing Meditations. I'm a channel. I bring divine through so you can talk to your spirit guides and work on establishing a relationship with them. I'm a healer. I do energy work. I'm a Reiki master. I can help you remove blockages so you can move forward. And I'm a teacher because I got so much information to pass on to you. I've posted all of my links in the description box, and many of them have a support me button. So any kind of support you can provide me, you can offer to me, I am eternally grateful for. Let's see. So on the podcast platforms, I upload meditations on Mondays, and on Thursdays, I post my thoughts about metaphysical topics and techniques. I am available for online sessions and phone consultations, and you can contact me via email for current pricing. That email is susypgOINS@gmail.com. So my dream time has left me with the news that my podcasts have been taking us through the steps to manifestation. So we've covered protection and intention and language. And now we're going to look at breaking old habits. No, wait. Breaking's not the term I want. How about replacing? Replacing old patterns with new, more conscious patterns. Yeah, I like that better. That's good. So it's related to the language you use in life, this whole breaking versus replacing. Breaking is violent and leaves a mess, and replacing connotes examination, removal, and putting a new pattern in place. That's it. We're replacing. Oh, great. So where was I? Okay. So you're set to level up in life. But how? Well, with all the decluttering that you can do in your house, in your environment, I think that decluttering or clearing your energy and heart is a really good place to start. You may have outdated ideas or habits or perceptions that are keeping you stuck, holding you back. Things like feelings of unworthiness, attitudes surrounding success, beliefs about what you're capable of. These patterns are carried forward from past generations. Are you hearing the voices of those who drag you down, who say, "We've always done it this way"? Or the voices of those who somehow failed and are trying to protect you, to save you from making the same mistakes, or to save you from their kind of heartache or heartbreak. The energy cords attached to that need to be cut. You may need to go back generations to get to the root of the problem, but it is necessary and profoundly healing work. The results resound all the way back through your ancestors and to your offspring for generations. Those are cords to cut as soon as you can and as often as you need to. Yes, there's an episode devoted to cord cutting. You'll find it. But I want to reiterate the message from that episode is that energy cords send energy both ways, to you and from you. Get the fingers worked out. But those who take energy from you do not always have your best interests at heart. Some want to diminish your light. Others are afraid of change, of having to look closer at themselves. As Mark Twain said, nothing needs so... What did he say? He said, nothing so needs reforming as other people's habits. Other people would rather poke at you and condemn you for your efforts to grow than do their own work. It's not your responsibility to process other people's energies. You don't have to fix them. You are the only one you are responsible for. Your energy, your issues, those are the only ones to worry about for you. And now is the time to examine your own attitudes and processes and actions to see what is holding you back from your best life. What's that process? Well, Psychology Today has a checklist, and we'll use that. First off, define the concrete behavior you want to change or develop. 2, identify your triggers. 3, deal with the triggers. 4, develop a substitute plan. 5, change the larger pattern. 6, use prompts. 7, get supports. And 8, support and reward yourself. So let's take this step by step. Number 1, determine what you want to change. And my thought, if you are new to not breaking out, but of replacing old, outdated patterns, is to start with looking at the bigger issue and then identifying a component of that issue. So what concrete behavior do you want to change? Well, in my case, I want to change my sedentary lifestyle. I mean, that's concrete. It's still pretty general. I define that to mean, let's add more activity to my life. Say, still a bit general. I mean, just getting out of my chair is more activity, but it's not enough to meet my intention of the habit to change. So now I've further clarified the change to be, take a walk at least 4 times a week. Well, even that can use expanding. I mean, I've refined my habit to change to be, engage in physical activity that is easy to do, accommodates my physical restrictions, and yet pushes my limitations. Walking's good. I never really liked running. It's too much jostling for my comfort. And actually, there's a whole lot of inertia to beat too. Okay, so next we're identifying the triggers. What triggers my inertia? And I have my health issues. I'm not going to go completely into my medical history, but the overriding issue is that I had cancer. I went through chemo and radiation, and now I'm dealing with the after effects from it all. Neuropathy is the one that causes me the most problems. So my feet and legs hurt all the time. And that has been a major trigger in not wanting to do stuff. All right, then what? I see my neuropathy. How do I deal with the trigger? And that's our third step. There are a number of ways I have dealt with my neuropathy. I've tried some allopathic medicine, which drove me nuts. I've tried all kinds of herbal supplements. People have given me oils, minerals. My naturopath has offered me stuff. I've gone through and done energy work. I've meditated. I've done set intentions. I mean, I use cannabis edibles for the nights I can't sleep. And nothing works all the time. So there are just some days I have to power through it. But I keep my goal for change to the forefront, at the front of my head. And that helps. Your triggers are not going to be the same. I mean, and I don't claim that mine are better or worse than yours. I mean, those are my triggers. Look and see, what are your triggers? What is keeping you from achieving your change? You're replacing your habit. Is it driving home and knowing that you've had a stressful day, so you're going to go, stop off someplace, go see somebody, indulge in some negative talk? I don't know. How do you deal with your current situation? And so being aware of it is another step. So what can you do to replace this old pattern? Again, becoming aware that there is an old pattern to replace is the first and important step. But then what else can you do? would it be a benefit to you to meditate? Calling in your guides to work with you? Do you need to slow down enough to see exactly what you're doing or saying? My developing a substitute plan for increasing my activity level has this time in isolation has really been a boon because we're working from home and my husband is my walking partner. We block out time to walk. And okay, so today it rained. And one would think living in the Pacific Northwest, I would be okay with functioning in the rain. Well, I don't like umbrellas and I don't like raincoats. I feel like a turkey in a basting bag in a raincoat. But I also don't like getting drenched. So my backup plan is to move within my house, and that means taking the stairs. That's not my favorite, but it serves the purpose. So what attitude are you looking to replace? Do you feel you're worth the effort? Do you feel easily discouraged? Are you thinking that dealing with the bigger issues and you think that a small fix is not going to make any difference? Breathe. Please, just breathe. Take time to look at the underlying causes of your thoughts. Meditate. Journal. Talk to a supportive professional, a friend or a family member. Take the time to look. Don't judge yourself, please, which I can see may be part of our equation. I mean, it has been for me. But please slow down to look deeply at the larger pattern. See how the pieces fit together. And then you can move to the next step, which is to use prompts. Fixing your mind through meditation or you can write your prompts out, post them in numerous places in your life. But these are ways to remind you to look and to change gear when a trigger comes up. Making a plan for how to deal with it. Use language that encourages you to replace the outdated thought or pattern. Something like, sure, it may be raining, but I am able to move about my house. Fresh produce feeds my body. I got this. I am worth the effort to change for the better. Let me repeat that. I am worth the effort to change for the better. Yeah, I could say something like a note on the fridge that says, you again? But that's judgmental. Please stay with the positive prompts. And next, get supports. Find others who can support your efforts to change a habit. My husband and family and friends understand my position, my history, and they have supported me without judgment through this process. How about you? Do you have a professional to talk to? Is there a meeting you can go to? Finding a forum in self-isolation may prove challenging, but surely they're there. Remember, you are worth the effort it takes to find a group or a person to listen. And if you're not able to find anybody, email me. I'll listen. And then the final step is to support and reward yourself. Yeah, time for more self-examination. But look at your progress. See how far you've come. Be kind to yourself, but be realistic. Okay, so I didn't walk today. I did walk yesterday, and I'll walk tomorrow. And I did the stairs today. I'm rewarding myself. I am congratulating myself for doing it. Now, reward does not mean I get to eat that bag of chips sitting there because I did some physical activity. That doesn't count. And that's me talking to me and reminding myself what's the most effective, what's the most positive outcome for me. I do congratulate myself for keeping my goal in mind. It's important to uplift yourself with positive reinforcement. I have a group of people I've been working with for several weeks. They appreciate when I tell them what I've accomplished today, and they cheer me on. I cheer them on when they talk to me about their choices. It's important to find people who do, in fact, cheer you on unconditionally. This is the time when we're being called upon to change deeply ingrained habits and attitudes and perceptions. And with love and support for everyone, we can do it. We are worth it. The earth is worth it. Everyone is worth their journeys to change and improve the planet. So it looks like Monday's meditation is going to be a pulling together of all of these things we've been talking about so we can do a change the old habit, change the outmoded habit meditations. I think that'll do. So I believe in you. I know you can do this. And if you need extra support, email me. I love you. And until next time, blessings.